Hey, hi everybody. I'm here to do something I've been thinking about doing for a few days now. So whether I promote it or send it out to friends and family or anybody in need in the future, I don't know. I just wanted to do this. So, 4 weeks ago today, I was sitting right here in this office, and to back up, back in December, I did my DNA test. I wanted to do it for Christmas for myself because I always wanted to know what I was, because my mom was adopted. So the woman that had my mom had like 12 or 13 kids, and my mom was adopted. She was taken away from Alabama and brought down to Key West. I'm gonna try to keep this to the point because I'll go off on a tangent. And so and I'm really insecure right now because we're in a pandemic and I gained weight, and so anyway, so my mom was brought up in Key West, and then she ended up marrying her high school sweetheart, my father. They were 1966 they got married, and I was born in March 1967. Okay, so now growing up, I didn't really have a very good childhood at all. I left my mom right after I turned 12. My father had left my mom and I when I was 6 months old. We lived in Miami at the time, and then we ended up back in Key West, and then I had a pretty crazy, not so good childhood. My mom ended up moving to Virginia, where I then had a stepdad, and then the stepdad didn't come back. So again, I'm probably going off a tangent again. So my father and I weren't really close until I was 24. I started a really cool relationship with my father when I was 24, and then a lot of you know, as my friends, my father died on December 29th, 2013. It was the day after my best friend's birthday. It was Sunday morning. Boom. Just drops dead. Pulmonary embolism. So that was really, really devastating for me. I went through a huge grieving, emotional period of dealing with my father's death. So all my life, I've always said I'm a quarter Italian and a quarter Dutch German, hence my last name Halsing. And then the fact that my mom was adopted. I hate looking at myself. My mom was adopted, so I never knew what she was. I always joked around and said I'm a quarter Italian, I'm a quarter Dutch, and I'm the rest of me is a hillbilly from Alabama. So yeah, maybe if I get away from the video. So December, just before Christmas comes along, and I get my results back for my DNA, and I find out, I see my huge list of different stuff I wasn't a single smidgen of Italian or Dutch, and if anything, I had Cuban descent, Cuban and African, and basically with the Ancestry DNA, now that I know a little bit more about that, you go into the community groups. So basically I'm almost half Cuban, and I'm half North Carolina settlers, which, okay, so I don't think much about it. It was December, I'm a single mom, I have a job, Rachel, my daughter, dances, we're doing parades. I'm running around like a chicken because I gotta buy Christmas gifts. Like, oh, you know, I'm always crazy busy. So I think I'm ready to get to my point now. So now, 4 weeks ago today, on a Monday, I'm in my office. I'm sitting here in my office, and this couple comes in my office, and they're like, Monica? And I said, yeah. And the man, the 6 foot tall man, he says, hey, my name's, I guess I could say the name. My name's Rigo, and I'm here to introduce myself. I'm your first cousin. So I'm like, wow, okay, cool. Like, come on in. I kind of expected this. I got probably aunts, uncles, cousins all over the place. Like, but these people found me in my office, Legacy Properties in Tarpon Springs. So I invite him to come in and sit down. And he proceeds to tell me, yeah, Monica, he's like, my mother is your father's sister. I couldn't see my face when he was telling me this, so now that I'm doing this video, I can see my face as I'm talking about it. I'm like, no, I know my father. I know his brothers and sisters, my cousins. Like, you have the wrong Monica. He's like, no, Monica, this is true. So as he proceeds to continue to tell me, he showed me a picture of myself when I was 8 years old, and he's explained that he's known about me for a while, and I'm just sitting in a daze. Like, I said, well, can I call my aunt, because this is like not making too much sense. But as I've now been able to think for 4 weeks now, God, have I been thinking emotions. But Ancestry DNA is what my uncle took. It's what my half aunt and my cousins took. So now it's starting to hit me. I don't pop up on any of these, my family that I knew of. I don't pop up there. So and then Rigo is my first cousin. And so, long story short, what I've figured out for 4 weeks now, and I found out really quick a lot, because I'm a good detective. But so my mom obviously had an affair with a man shortly after she married my father in Key West. I found out a few days into starting detective work that my mother and this man worked at the same place in Key West, overseas transportation. He was a bit older than her, and I have 2 half sisters and 2 half brothers, and I haven't met them yet. I've communicated with them, and this is what I'm dealing with. I mean, I'm able to tell the story here by myself in my office to the video, and I've just been thinking about doing this for a while, so that maybe I could just send this video to whoever really wants to hear what's going on with me. I've been through many emotions. I've screwed up a few times. I've snapped a few times at some people. All my fault, totally my fault. But geez, I'm feeling good right now. I didn't feel so good this morning. I had this feeling of wanting to crawl out of my skin. So I called called a few people. No one was really answering the phone until my Aunt Sharon answered the phone, and I talked through it. And so I'm getting through many emotions. Right now I feel great. I'm reading a book, The Body Keeps the Score. It's actually helping me a lot. I found this man, Bradley Hall. I joined what it's called is DNA NPE. You're a not parent expect. There's a support group for DNA NPEs. So, yeah, this is what I'm dealing with. I'm sitting in my office now. It's nice and quiet. I'm not doing too well with even just talking to too many people. So Chandre's really helping me now with kind of taking over what I can't do right now. I'm waiting to correspond with this Bradley Hall. It's only taken me 11 minutes to explain the story. I thought it would take a little longer, and I wanted to see how I feel about doing videos, because I have ideas of moving forward and possibly doing some videos in the future about my life. I've started writing a book. I started writing a book. I wrote 11 pages. It completely exhausted me, completely. It's really hard to go back in time. So yeah, that's my story for now. I could get into so much more detail. If I end up sending this to you and you have questions, please let me know. I don't really know, like I said, what I'm going to do with this video, except for make it a YouTube video and then go from here on, moving on with my new life. It's been a freaking roller coaster ride. And like I said, I've only met the Rigo first cousin. I've not met anybody else, but it's all coming. So I really would like to help anybody I can. If you feel you want to talk to me, and if you have any questions, let me know. Love you. Thanks for watching. Bye.